Yep, yeah, we back at it. We got that One Piece chapter 1171. It's going down, baby. Okay, 1171, Ragnar. Okay, we start off cover page Zoro with a cat on top of his head. The cat only has one tail. Okay, cover request by Reverse Kitten. A cat putting cat ears on Zoro. I didn't see the cat ears. It is on there. I didn't even notice that. Okay, I don't see anything. Zoro has a symbol on his shirt, but I don't see anything else interesting. All right, let's get back to the chapter. Okay, if Harold left the castle in that state, he would have brought great calamity to the world. The wake of the fierce battle oust oust quest, oust castle, whatever. If he'd have left like that, he wouldn't be allowed to come back. I had a taste of that hopeless future during the fight. No matter how bad we wounded him, his body kept repairing itself. He kept Wolverine in himself. He kept Deadpool in himself. You know what I mean? What's going on, Stu? Wow, I literally just passed my driving exam today and a rare mean stream today. Rare, it ain't rare, man. They getting ready to start dropping back to back. I'm not even joking with y'all. But what happened is I'm behind on some bills. I got a couple shut off notices, and I just been working last like 2 weeks. It's just like I've been working like I don't not I always work, but I'm saying I've been doing like triples and doubles now for the last couple weeks. Instead of doing one or two shifts a day, I was doing two and three. Okay, it's shocking to think something actually stopped him. Off screen? Did these suckers just off screen? Because I remember from the last chapter, what you call him? My man, Loki hits Harold with Ragnar, and he hit him pretty hard. But we don't see what happens after that. I want to see the whole thing. I don't want a piece. I want the whole thing. We all on the grind and getting nowhere. Ain't that the truth? Man, I was just in overdraft this morning. I had a bill come through I wasn't expecting. Boom, overdraft. I've been in overdraft purgatory for the last few months. I got 6 overdraft last year. I got 6. It's only a few months ago. I got 6 overdraft fees in 1 month. If I ain't had the money to pay it, and that's the reason why I went into overdraft. What makes you think I got the money for 6 overdrafts? It was like $200 something, almost $300. Okay, did you know this sacred treasure would be that powerful? Ja Rule. No, I actually knew nothing about it. All I know is I get chills down my spine when I imagine what would have happened if Loki hadn't been here today. He said if Loki didn't get that fruit and wasn't on his grind and didn't take care of those shut-off notices, he said, man, all of our lines would have been disconnected. He said the power would have got shut off, our phones would have been shut off, Wi-Fi gone, all that. If Loki didn't pay them bills just now, every service they have would have been shut off that day. Because that's what Harold was doing. He was shutting off all these services. Okay, when I joined, this is Shanks. When I joined the God's Knights, it's a flashback. It'll be a new dawn for Elbath. No, well, Shanks is thinking this, but Harold is the one talking. If you have any wish, simply name it, and it will be within your reach. This is what you call him talking, Garling. You've truly endured a miserable, squalid life until now, my poor child. He's talking to Shanks. He's like, yo, being a holy knight and being a celestial dragon is like crazy good, man. You're gonna love it, man. You're gonna get a mansion, man. You're gonna get 2 Bugattis, you're gonna get a Beamer Benz and a Bentley, man. Can't wait for you to get this stuff. Look how excited he is. He's like, man, we need your strength. He said, and you're left-handed? Oh man, Emu's gonna love you. Okay, I became a lunch man at a nearby elementary school. Pretty crazy, but not the worst job. Bruh, a job is a job. As long as you're making decent money, you know what I mean? Like, even if you're making not that decent money, just work and try to get out of that situation. Keep elevating, man. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to out hustle all my woes. Okay, so anyway, yeah, look at Garland. He looks excited talking to Shanks. He's like, yo, we about to add a new player to the field. He's trying to get Shanks on board. Now Shanks, he's grabbing that left arm. His left arm is shaking bacon. I think that he's close enough to Emu, or I think he's probably on the outskirts, close enough for Emu to try to get in there, but not close enough where Emu can just take over immediately. Because remember, he has the lower grade seal. Stoop says he's hustling. Bro, you ain't hustling like me, man. I'm hustling on a whole nother level, man. I don't sleep. I can't sleep at all. That's a different type of hustle, man. Okay, now Stoop said he's not struggling. I'm struggling and hustling. It's a whole different ball game, buddy. It's a whole different ball game. If I don't get all this stuff taken care of, I'm getting put out tomorrow. I mean, it's a whole different ball game. Okay, so anyway, forget your former life. He's hearing this from Emu. No, he's not hearing this from me. I think he's remembering this from Garland. Forget your former life on the surface. The commoners down there don't even count as people. Garland is a piece of crap. Shanks. Oh, you know what? I don't think that's the seal doing anything. I think Shanks is thinking about what's about the seal, and he's squeezing his arm so hard because he already know what could have happened to him. You know what I mean? He used that gator grip on his arm, the kung fu grip. Okay, let's see. The gorilla grip. Shanks. Hey, Shanks. Stop it. Shanks is getting pissed off. He don't like that left arm. He already know at any given time, Emu can get in there. Okay, that's a bad habit. You should never resent the circumstances of your birth. He don't like being a celestial dragon. Who would? If you grew up like in the real world, not on the grand line, I mean not on the red line, you grew up in the real world and you know about real people and just see how real people act, bruh, you would not want to be a celestial dragon. Well, you might want to be a celestial dragon, but I'm saying like you wouldn't, if you was cool with the surface world, you wouldn't want to be a celestial dragon. Why did Harold have to be deleted? He was such a pure soul. If only I had been faster. Okay? This isn't your fault. Listen, Shanks, you are here for a reason. Everyone's life has some meaning to it. You just gotta hold on. Okay. So Shanks' purpose was bringing it in the new dawn, was getting the new Joy Boy ready. I wonder when Shanks realizes that. Okay, is this what happens when you love your country too much? I think so. I think so. This is what you call him. Loki is speaking. He says, "Is this what happened when you love your country too much?" He has to get deleted by his son. You know what I mean? I believe that's the truth. I don't think it's like I don't think it's to be taken completely literally, but I'm thinking like when you're so enamored with something or so in what's the word you're so like infatuated with something to the point where you're not thinking, yes, these types of things happen. Now Loki is crying like a chump. He's a sucker. And he says, this sucks. Oh man, he's covering up his eyes. Even though he's got the bandages on his eyes, he's got to cover up his eyes, crying so hard. He just had to delete his pop. One of the only people in the world that truly loved him. Okay. He was a rare ancient giant, enhanced with even more power and an undeleting body. They said he wasn't just a ancient giant. He was a powerful one, a mutant ancient giant. Emu is mad. Emu needs somebody to replace that. Emu needs Loki, baby. Emu needs Loki. Okay, let's get back to the potato. I would stunt on you brokies. Oh man. Potato gonna stunt. He's flexing on us, man, because we broke. Oh man. Hey, when I get up there, you want me to flex on you? How you want me to flex on you? Not playing. I wouldn't even do that. That's not my style. I'll just be enjoying living life. Okay, here go Emu. Those traits made him a true monster, and yet he was still deleted. Who could have? Is something unforeseen lurking on Elbath? Emu's not even aware of Loki. I mean, I think he's aware of Loki, but not aware that Loki's the one that did it, or didn't see Loki transform. One something. Okay, now here's the Gorosei. Looks like it's the same Gorosei. Doesn't look like anybody's changed. Okay, we should have the Abyss pentagram carved by Harold inspected. That shall not be necessary. It would only result in the deletion of another night. Every covenant comes with a price to be paid, even for Mu. Okay. They want it inspected. What does that mean? Are they saying that it might have been messed with or tampered with? But the thing that intrigues me the most is that Emu says that those covenants come with a price to be paid. To who? Or to what? So Emu can't just give out those covenants. Okay? That's why they're not spamming it. But we don't know the consequences of them. That's why that's one of their what's he call them, what's the word, one of their handicaps, or one of their for lack of better words, weaknesses. Because if they didn't have that type of what you call them, barrier, man, this war would have been over for Joy Boy, man. It would have been if Emu could have just spammed covenants on everybody and then spam them like like the summoning circles around the world, it'd have been over for Emu. I'm thinking Emu literally wouldn't, like, if they did too many of them, it'd be over with. Like, they would lose their power or something like that, and they'll just be done. I think they got a limited amount that they can do. Otherwise, they're straight done. Because if it was the case, that wasn't the case, why not spam? Okay. He had no qualms about lowering his head to appease humans. All he ever sought was communion with other nations and peoples. Harold was a total aberration. Aberration for ancient giants. So the ancient giants were evil, but the regular giants weren't. Loki's mom was evil. Loki's cousin or his uncle, who I know it was his uncle, Loki's uncle was evil too. And Harold used to be evil. Loki I think, is even more of an aberration. You know what I mean? I don't think Loki came out evil. But Harold had to be turned good. I don't think Loki had to be turned good. I think Loki was turned evil. Loki had to be turned evil. So I think Harold's more of an aberration than I mean Loki is more of an aberration than Harold. So I'm maybe the ancient giants fought with Emu at one point. They fought on the evil side, and now they switched. Maybe they the ancient giants um they had they bred with humans, and when they did that, they turned from the evil side. But Emu had already won at that point. But anyway, let's get back to it. And yet he was born with the blood of those savage battle-loving giants. Savage battle-loving giants. Had we admitted, okay, I gotta answer that later. Hold on. I gotta send him a text message. Hold on. Because this is an important call. Send a text. All right, boom. Had we admitted him into the government the flippantly, I don't even know what that means. Flippantly, his very presence might have destroyed it from within. So it's a good thing that he didn't make it. Had we admitted him into the government flippantly, his very presence might have destroyed it from within. Elbaf should never have known a king of his disposition. Forgiving a covenant with a cooperative ancient giant like him was an unprecedented opportunity. This disappointing outcome proves that history does not lie. We were always going to be incompatible. Wait a minute, hold on. Elbaf should never have known a king of his disposition, meaning Elbaf was always supposed to be evil. Forgiving a covenant with a cooperative, oh, I'm sorry, I said forgiving, forging a covenant with a cooperative ancient giant like him was an unprecedented opportunity, meaning most of the ancient giants weren't cooperative. This disappointing outcome proves that history does not lie. We were always going to be incompatible. We were always going to be, but the other ancient giants were evil, right? Maybe they couldn't forge a covenant with the other ancient giant because they were evil. They wouldn't even let them tat them up. You know what I mean? And they finally got the opportunity with Harold. That was the first time they got an opportunity, and it still didn't work. So I'm guessing that's what Emu's saying. That's what it sounds like. Never forget Elbaf. Never forget, Elbaf is of the D. Elbaf is a Dawn Island. We pretty much figured that already, but just to have it substantiated, yes. So I'm assuming Loki is a D. Because I'm assuming Harold is a D. The ancient giants were the kings of the of Elbaf. They must be the D's. Okay, I'm assuming that the other giants, the not ancient giants, probably are their descendants when they bred with humans. If that's the case, that means I'm thinking that my prediction about all of the Straw Hats being D's is correct. Because Loki would be a D, right? Vivi is a D. Luffy is a D. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're going. All of them going to be D's. Okay, Loki. After this, the country, I'm assuming that Sanji's a D by way of being part Lunarian. The Lunarians probably were Ds. Okay, Loki. After this, the country will be in disarray. I'm heading out to sea, old timer. I'll take the surviving soldiers with me. What about it? So Loki's talking with Ja Rule. They working on a new song, man. They trying to get at 50. So he's going out to sea to go find 50 so they can have a battle. Okay, what about Harold's final request? Tell the people Elbath what happened here. Um, Harold is just like, yo, I'm just gonna put the truth out. You know what I mean? I want things to be copacetic. Loki don't want to tarnish Harold. That's what I'm thinking. But Harold's like, forget that. You know, I did what I made my bed. I'm gonna lie in it. Also, I'm assuming that that's going to help protect the country even again, but in the right way. Being that they know what happened, they're going to be on guard for it. But being that I think Loki is going to not do that, then it's actually going to make Elbath more vulnerable, which is why they're being attacked right now. Okay, there's no way I can tell them the truth. Just drop it, all of you. So there's a couple people in here that know about what happened. I already knew Ja Rule, Shanks, and Scapa. I already knew they knew, but there's a few guards that actually knew. I'm looking at them. Let me see, 2, 4, 7. It's at least 7 guards that knew. It ain't just a couple people. These are some of these side characters know about it. Okay, I still don't understand why Loki was chained up, since Shanks knew what had really happened. Because the country gonna want him chained up if they think that he deleted Harold. So he had to serve that time. Don't speak a word of what happened here today. Loki said, "Yo, I'm gonna eat that meatball." He said, "I'm gonna wear that jacket." He said, "I'm gonna go ahead and wear that jacket. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna do my time, and that's just what it's gonna be, just so that people won't. So my I won't they won't tarnish my dad's legacy." Okay, if we say nothing, who do you think they'll blame for all this? Loki. It'll be the same as always. He said, man, they always coming down on you. They some suckers, they some clowns. You got so many haters, man. He has so many haters. Say I were to become king. Can you see me actually honoring father's ideals? I can only tackle this in my own way. And he's like, I'm not my pop, so I'm not gonna run this country like my dad did. I don't know, but Loki, I don't know if he wouldn't be Harold, that's for sure, but I'm not exactly sure if Loki would be a bad fit. I mean, I don't know. He doesn't have the experience his dad does. Okay, with this ability, I'll settle the regrets of the old man. I think he's going to write at Emu. I think that's what's happening. I think Shanks is probably going to save Loki by knocking him out. Loki's going to head out to sea like, yo, I'm going right at Emu. And I'm taking over the world. How? By just be defeating Emu. I think this is a crash out. I think that this is what the Straw Hats do. One of the people get hurt or something like that, they going after them. They not thinking it nothing. They just I'm taking it right to Emu. That's what I'm thinking is getting ready to happen. Okay, so does that mean that Shanks didn't really beat him in a real fight then? Not necessarily. Shanks might have beat Loki in a fight, but I don't know if Loki was going all out. But let's see. Okay, don't be stupid, Loki. The world government, told you he going right at him. The world government is a big organization. It won't be as easy as you think. Luffy is going up against the world government. Loki is a confirmed Straw Hat now. He's got qualms with the world government. Luffy is on a crash course going right at the world government at some point. Obviously, Loki can rejoin. Maybe Loki's devil fruit. Remember, Momonosuke. He's a D affiliate as well. He's probably a D. He can go into he could transform and stay inside like his hybrid form, or remember what's his name? He got the same devil fruit as Kaido. Kaido, when he turns into his hybrid form, he's not as big as his full beast form, right? Maybe something's like that with Loki. If he transformed to his hybrid form, maybe he gets smaller. Or if he transformed, or he can shapeshift. Or if he transformed to his beast form, he can get smaller. I don't know. But maybe that's how he's going to fit on the Sunny, is with that devil fruit, he can alter his size. That may have been some foreshadowing. Also, Luffy was always in hybrid form. With that being said, maybe that's what's going to happen with Loki. He got going to hybrid form. You know what I mean? And that's how that works. Okay, let's see. Okay, something big happened. Quest Castle, Oust Castle was attacked. Your Highness. After that, I set out to sea. Oh, so he's telling this story to the Straw Hats. Hydruden, by the time you guys returned to the island, everyone had already dubbed me Loki the Patricide. That means you delete your dad or your parent. I think it's dad. I think matricide would be mom. Is patricide father? I'm not sure which both of them, but they talking about you deleted your dad. And I made no effort to correct that narrative. But hold on. It was not like I was crazy enough to brag about deleting him either. I just didn't want everything he stood for to be dismissed because of how things turned out. With all that in mind, do you really think I should have told the people everything? Hydruden gonna be like, I would have done the same thing, man. He said I would have stood 10 toes gangster just like I did with Matt was named Match Vice, and I hit him with that right punch, hit him with that punch that sent him flying to the realm of the gods. He said I would have stood on business just like that. So I'm assuming Hydruden going to understand him at this point. Okay, he's telling the truth, Hydruden. What you call him was there. Scopper was there. So yeah, when he said he's telling the truth, what I mean? You got to believe Scopper. Okay, get it already? I really didn't want to relive all this crap. Imagine how Loki felt when he seen the Holy Knights pull up. It was like, oh man, here we go with this crap again. When they pulled up, imagine how we felt. Okay, Elder Ja Rule always opposed to your execution. That's why, because he knew. Ja Rule knew. He sold them out. Sonny sold us out. I can understand why you chose to keep this secret. I would have done the same. Father choosing deletion in the face of the world, in the face of the government's manipulation. The world government has been our enemy all this time. I wonder, what did they do to Father? You already knew what they did. What you mean? I wonder. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's the new Giants I'm seeing. Because I see a ship and there's like a shadowy figure on it. That's just the new Giants. Okay, indeed. And now they've sent more knights to Elbaf, some with deep ties to Harold. Even Loki doesn't know all the details. All the details about Harold's dealings in the Holy Land. Okay. I can fill you in if you want. That won't be necessary for now, Yasan. Okay, we need no further reason to protect our country. Okay. It's the new Giants talking. Okay, they just released Loki. Tigers out of the cage, dogs off the leash. Let's go. They just released the beast. You ever release the beast? They just did that. They just released the beast. Okay, it seems we both feel the same way about Father, about their pop. I'm sorry for everything. For the sake of Elbaf, Let's make a stand together. Hydruden becomes king. Loki becomes Straw Hat. Okay. They shake hands and everything. Okay. Now Loki finally off the leash. Finally released the beast. Okay, now Luffy's celebrating. That's great, Loki. You can fight now. Okay, let's see. Is he getting ready to transform? What the heck is going on? Oh, no. Some of the nightmare beasts just fell down to their realm. And this one, the skull, it's like a skull, it's like a giant brook. It's way bigger than Loki. When I say way bigger, Loki looks to be like the size of one of his fingers. And we already know how big Loki is. Loki's like bigger than Oars or around Oars' size. So this thing is freaking humongous. It may be the size or similar size to remember what's he call him? Onigashima? It may be similar to that size. Loki too strong to be joining the Straw Hats. No, he ain't. Can't have someone stronger than the captain join the crew. Who say he's stronger than the captain? Who said that? It's going to be like when Jinbei joined the Straw Hats. When he first attempted to join, he probably outclassed Sanji for real. Maybe even Zoro. But then they waited a little while, and now Zoro and Sanji are stronger than him. So which call him Loki may join now and be number 2 in the crew, right? And after, let's say, maybe 2 arcs or whatever, Sanji can surpass him. That's what I'm thinking. Bruh, he's stronger than Prime Herald, who was on par with Rocks. Bruh, he had to use the Devil Fruit in order to do that. And he had to use Ragnar. Without them 2 things, he wouldn't have beat Prime Herald. And who said that was Prime Herald? That was old Herald. I don't know if that. Well, he might be just as strong as Prime Herald because he had the Covenant. I mean, he kept rehealing. You got a good point. You got a point. Potato, I stand corrected. He's probably stronger than Luffy, but it doesn't matter. Luffy will outclass him in 1 arc. You know what I mean? Luffy gonna get his Zenkai boost and will be stronger than him in, like, let's say 2 arcs. And then Loki will get outclassed by Sanji and Zoro in, let's say, 4 or 5 arcs or whatever. I don't know. Over time. No, you got a good point. But like I said, he had to use the Devil Fruit and the hammer in order to beat Harold. So technically, he was stronger when he got those upgrades, but he wasn't really stronger than Harold at first. Also, Harold might have been holding back. Remember, he didn't want to fight Loki, so there you go. But but you got a good point. So I apologize, Potato. Please don't beat me up. Okay. Plain Truth says, my man Mean, what's up? How you been? Man, I've been trying to take care of these shut-off notices and trying to pay this rent and whatnot. Man, I just been doing doubles, triples, and quadruples every day. And matter of fact, as soon as I get done with this, I'm going right into work. As soon as I get done with this. Okay, so anyway, here we go. That's one of the monsters that was rampaging up there. They've got a ton of creatures running wild. Okay, where did they come from? Isn't that Dragri or whatever? I don't know how to pronounce it. I never thought those were real. This will be a good warm-up. Loki says that. Go on ahead. I'll just jump up. Okay. What in the world is that? Okay, what's going on up there? Hurry it up, Hydruden. So Loki's going to stay behind and just get a warm-up. He's like, yo, I'm just getting off the leash. Loki might be weaker now. Let's keep in mind. Okay, maybe he beat Harold back then, but he's been chained up for years, for like 15 years. He might have had a debuff in that amount of time. He's just been sitting. So that may be a point. Maybe Luffy is stronger than him now because he's out of practice. Okay, hey Loki, we admit we prejudged you they discriminated against him. When we called you a Kingslayer piece of crap. Oh man, can you imagine hearing that and you can't say no because you can't deny it because otherwise you're going to get found out and you know what I'm saying, and then your dad's legacy will be tarnished. That's crazy. He had to go through some pain, baby. That's straw hat material. Maybe he might join. Let's say he don't join the main crew, which I doubt it. I think he's joining the main crew. What if he joins the he joins under I mean not Luffy, Usopp's Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Okay, we're really sorry. But this doesn't undo all the other things you've done. Shut up and go ahead. Or shut up and go ahead already. Oh, so Hydrun said, man, you did other stuff, man. He said, okay, we forgive you for that, but you've done other things. And then Loki said, man, forget all that stuff. Right now, we got to save Elbaf. Shut up and go already. I don't need to hear you guys yap. Yeah, now ain't the time for that. This is the best I can move. It's freeing. It's freeing. He's Joy Boy. Okay, let's see. Chopper's watching in amazement. Scop is trying to see what Loki's got. Hey Doc, I know you want to take care of me here, but I'm worried about my son up there. He's talking about Chopper. He's like, yo, Chopper, take care of my son, man. I'm good. Okay. Yeah, you make a good point. Be careful, Sanji. So Sanji's holding Scopper and Chopper, and remember he's doing the skywalk. He's trying to get up to Colonel or Colin or whatever. And they try to take care of him. Remember, his son just went through some things. Okay, I've got it. Okay, weren't you two gonna stay behind? What? Okay, what are you still doing here? Okay, here goes the laugh. She. I'm deleting you. I'm dying to see you fight. I'm dying to see you fight. Who just laughed? I'm dying to see you fight. That's coming from Harold. I mean from Loki. All right, let's see. All right, let's show him your true power. Oh, he's dying to see Ragnar fight. So that's Loki's laugh. She. Okay, and Ragnar is squeaking. Remember, it's a squirrel. Okay, one swing. Niflheim or whatever. I don't know how to Niflheim or whatever. It's some type of old Norse word or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. But he hits him one time. Let's see. I think that's probably it. He takes out Giant Brook. Okay, a chilling attack. What? Okay, and it says that One Piece is going to be on break next week. That give me time to catch up on the other channel. But Luffy looks amazed. So maybe he hit that monster way harder than Luffy could. I don't know. Now, Potato, he does not want Loki to join. Loki's joining. That's end of the discussion, and I want him to join, and that's all it's going to be. So just get used to it, man. He's one of the most amazing characters in this series. He's got a Straw Hat backstory. Why did we get a Straw Hat backstory? Are you kidding me? He's joining. Loki is going to go save Shirahoshi after this. Potato got a good point. Potato, you're the man. Luffy's laugh is she. Okay. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even know that. As long as I've been watching One Piece, I had no clue what Luffy's laugh was. But I seen it pointing at what I thought was Loki. Oh, so Luffy is dying to see Loki fight. I thought that Loki was dying to see Ragnar in action. Why? Because he fought his dad and that was it. So he didn't really get to see Ragnar in action. Okay, so it's Luffy. And then he says Loki's going to save Shirahoshi after this. That'd be similar to like when Jinbei joined. Jinbei had to get a little cool down session in the debuff so that the Straw Hats can get a buff. So when he joins, he could join, under Sanji. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen again. That Loki, because Potato got a good point. Loki does whatever he needs to do, go on his journey. Remember, he was trying to go out to sea before anyway. He completes whatever mission he does. And then after an arc where the Straw Hats all get buffed, then Loki comes back and he joins, and he's like just shy of Sanji's strength. Okay, how he going to fit on the ship? I already talked to you about this. Remember, he already has a Devil Fruit power. That Devil Fruit power may allow him to change size. Remember Momonosuke? Momonosuke changed into his beast form. He was way smaller than Kaido. I understand Kaido was grown and Momonosuke was a kid. But what I'm trying to say is that could have been foreshadowing to size changing zones. So that there we go. But if he's going to join the story, he's got to fit on the ship some type of way. So that's what I'm assuming. Maybe he could change size. Anyway, go ahead and leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe because I can't eat. I'm broken. You got the power to change that. Peace.